went into personal training, it was like something I'm really passionate about.
Flipping yourself from a trainer into like this celebrity chef.
I love that phase.
You and a German training us
It
was
was the best shape I had in my life.
actually, you kicked my ass.
Literally, 20 kilos was easy.
It was brutal. And I remember you started cooking with your daughter.
I didn't even apply. It was, an opportunity. I remember when MBC emailed me for Top Chef, it was like a first season, and I thought they wanted me as a host. They wanted me to participate. And then I'm like, I still remember my heart was beating. And what do? I'm like, I'm a personal trainer. I couldn't say a chef.
But I can lift heavier than you. And I tell them that the younger generation stole your intelligence, but they're performing it better.
I think I wanted to be on TV.
And I want to talk to you from one little girl to another about how we both lost our dads.
I think that's our first fear ever. It never gets easier. He gave me so much strength. He taught me so much.
Today's episode is all about reinvention. I have the amazing Chef Hala with me. I actually knew Chef Hala from 9 years ago. She was a personal trainer. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but she was, and she reinvented herself. I'm really excited to hear about how she did that and how she monetized her name, Chef Hala. Let's go.
Do this.
Let's do this. Hala, hala, hala. Do you hear that all the time? I'm
Hala,
sure.
hala.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yes, true. And I actually enjoy it. It's like
do.
understanding the meaning of the name.
Hala, hala. I love
Hala,
it. Honestly. Chef Hala, we were just talking about that. It's over a decade ago, right?
Absolutely, like 12 years, I think.
Something like that. And I knew you as the personal trainer. Actually, you kicked my ass in the Strongman class.
I love that phase.
Do people know you as a personal trainer?
Not really, not in this phase. So there was a moment where I had to actually focus on one career.
Okay.
And I believe that phase, being a personal trainer, was my phase of knowing myself more. So I was trying to find my passion. And when I went into personal training, it was like something I'm really passionate about, health and fitness. And so I got my first certificate there and I started coaching, and I loved working with women as well. So seeing you today, I was like, oh my God, that phase, like you can see my face is like smiling from here to here, because it's so lovely. It's been like 12 years and I'm also very proud of you where you are today, really.
You too. The reason why I'm really excited for this is because I've seen you reinvent yourself. No one has really seen that process as much as the people that knew where you started or when you flipping yourself from a trainer into like this celebrity chef. And that's the one thing I want to dive really into. When you were, let's go back to the personal training, because I want everyone to remember you as Hala, the personal trainer.
Oh.
You were like really tough.
Really?
There was a German guy with us.
Yes, Jost.
Oh my God. So
that
you
was
and you and a German training us was
it was the best, shape I had in my life. Let's go back to that phase. Because I think it was like I was in my late 20s, I remember. And I was always into fitness. I found this passion in my early 20s and I was like, oh my God, it's just a beautiful discovery. And then you start finding one of the functions in me is the coaching, the teaching that I'm still carrying until now, but different content, let's say. So when I was able to do something that might influence or inspire others to change their lives into a better physical, let's say we focused on the physical back then. Yeah. And I remember I wanted to be like certified for it. So I went for the certification and then I had a great phase with Joss. I learned a lot from him. So as you said, German and very tough. And it was called the Strongman circuit.
The Strongman circuit. Yeah.
It was the phase of different things happening in Dubai. Literally 20 kilos was easy. And I remember the things we used to do, like 1,000 burpees. I don't numbers that I don't even can remember now.
It was brutal. It was brutal. And then you started training women only gym.
Correct. And then what I realized and noticed is that through this career is that we have a gap for coaching women. But not the very gentle way. Like some women wanted to actually, and I'm not against or with any other philosophy. Everyone does whatever works for them physically. Yeah. But there was like we needed more awareness on the weight training or weightlifting, and then started training women. That I'm still friends with most of them until now. Beautiful ladies from the region, wow. And that's when I was able to as well advice on the nutritions and like nutrients of the food and the diets and what to eat and what to do. I mean, I smiled because it was
Yeah, I
a
love
very
it.
nice phase. It was
You're
a phase
glowing.
of like, finding what I'm passionate about.
You were doing it for a few years, and then I remember you started cooking with your daughter. You started posting cooking with your daughter. I don't know why I have that memory.
There was not much with
I
Lana.
don't know why I
So
have a memory of you posting with Lana.
I think because back then it was so weird, like that I already had a daughter that she was, I think, 6 or 7 or so I moved to Dubai 18 years ago. And that's when I was looking for what can I be doing in Dubai
Yeah.
to be successful and at the same time not miss on the full day without my daughter or like away from my daughter.
Yeah.
So I remember when I always loved food, like since I was a kid, like 5 years old, I was into food.
Okay.
And then the fitness was a great place to start from into creating a career that can make me money and then at the same time flexible hours. I think many people would relate to that, men and women, is that finding a job that you can be flexible with the timing and most likely you can have early hours. So if you have a family, you're not really missing on the family time. But what made the switch happen is that through that phase, I started doing TV. So
During the same phase.
yeah,
Okay.
so TV started before being a chef.
Okay.
And from one experience to another, I started as a host. I was doing like talk shows and different. It was just like pure chance. I didn't even apply. It was, an opportunity. So I believe in this city, you will always cross path with opportunities. It's your luck. It's your ability to either seize the opportunity if it fits for you,
Yeah.
or just like miss on it. And in one of the times when I was on TV, I remember they said, but like we heard you're good in cooking and you post stuff about food. You want to do some segments on food. So I started doing segments in MBC actually for kids, like healthy food, because I was like really doing this from my heart for my daughter back then. And then one day someone said chef, and I'm like, oh no, it's my dream to be a chef. I'm not a chef. And then that did like, bloop, like, so why not?
So you had the dream. So you always knew what you wanted to be when you grew up?
I never thought I'll be a chef, or I think the media was the influence of like, I wanted to be, I think I wanted to be on TV.
Okay. That's okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's like that. I don't want to call it famous because the definition of famous now is different. It's
Yeah.
not about content creator or influencer or a TV presenter. It's not the labels. Maybe it's more on, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be remembered, to create something. So when the TV opportunity started and I enjoyed it and I loved the camera and I wanted to do more and I wanted to get one more season and stuff. And when one day I realized that I really want to like polish my skills as a cook back then, I said, okay, why not? So like I did the certificate as a personal trainer, I can do a certificate as a chef, knowing deep inside that I don't want to be, I'll probably not have the opportunity to be experienced because I'm not going to work in a kitchen. I'm not passionate about that part in specific, or it might not be my forever career. But what if I combine my media presence with a professional certification so I can be educating and doing the difference?
But the way that you thought about that, not many people link the two and everyone's trying to figure it out. So at what point were you like, we need media presence. I want to be in the media and I'm able to link it because that's very strategic and ambitious. So not
It sounds strategic now, but it's the moment you feel that this thing would make you really happy and not expecting what's going to happen in return. Because let's say where I am today is an opportunity, different opportunities that I got through the way, like the Top Chef, of course, we're going to definitely talk about, and the different shows I did on TV gradually. But back then I didn't have those expectations. I was just thinking, that's going to make me really happy. That's so cool. Maybe I was like more innocent back then, thinking about it. It's
let
like,
me try.
but it wasn't easy. So I had to do 7 to 7, 6 days a week.
7 to 7. Okay.
And like, it was the hardest thing. And then I was still coaching. So I was coaching after that to be able to afford the culinary school I signed for. And when I finished the culinary school, I didn't stop there. I'm like, oh my God, like now I know where I can learn more, what I can do. So I traveled to Spain, I traveled to Italy, I started doing courses in a time that
Wow.
is convenient. So that made my skills more refined, let's say.
Okay. That's very admirable to put yourself out there and travel. Do you think Lana was your driver?
Always, in many things, Habibti Lana, like until today. So one of the things is like being a very young mom and learning from your daughter. Like one of the purest forms of learning is from your kids. If you're focused, if you're locked in on that, you'll be surprised how much they carry from their own challenges that they faced. But being a mother at the age of 20, 21, and going through different phases in my life. I mean, until yesterday. So now she's 23, bless her. I know.
Wow.
We still have deep conversations that I learned so much from her. So she's definitely my drive. Regardless of what fate is keeping for you, like being a young mother or later in age or never a mother or whatever it is, when that thing happened or like speaking about what I learned from her is being responsible. So I wanted to prove as well as being a young mother, I will still study, I will still be successful. I want to be her role model. I want her to be very proud of me. And today I'm just like I can't say enough how proud I am of her, of how much she's achieving, how like the ethics she has, the work ethics. So she started her first job now.
She sees it through you. What's her first job?
So she's an interior designer.
Oh,
she's in the creative as well. Bless her, they work a lot. But what I'm really proud of is the work ethics, the manners. And this is where, as we said at the beginning, discipline. Like, discipline with your, whatever you find, rather your content on social media, rather your relationships, rather in anything you do, discipline and consistency.
I love it. I always talk about that as the corporate athlete. So anything that I do is discipline, and it comes from the sporting background.
Yeah, exactly.
I think anyone that has been in sports or competitive sports or progressive training understands the consistency.
It's true. Actually, this is one of the manners. That's why they say teach your kids to be disciplined with choose any sport for them, like ballet, like dance, anything you want. Like just find what you're passionate about. And there's this competitive side of it.
Yes.
Are you competitive, by the way?
Very.
Well, me too. Me too. So you'd understand, like, I sometimes go like, I'm a bad loser and I can't change that. So I try to compete now at least I compete with myself. So
we'll jump into competitions. No, I am. So anything that I do, I'm like, I'm not going to do it unless I'm going in to win. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah. So even now when I do fitness competitions, I'm like, I'm going to win. I'm not going to play around.
Yeah.
And I think that as well comes from the sporting background and, honestly in life, there are winners or losers. I hear that all the time, but it's true. Not in a bad way, but it's true.
Like competition, and when it comes, it's interesting. Like I'm loving the conversation with a successful woman like you, but like there is a part where some women are competing against each other in a negative way.
Yes.
And this is where we need to take a pause and understand that when you're competing, it's not because you want to prove this other woman that you're better. It's when you're competing to win. It's something to prove to yourself, but it's not to actually put any other person down. And I find it very common in our society, everywhere, not in our society in specific. Let's be general about this. When the competition becomes, especially in the women industry or the women between women, it becomes a bit toxic, is when I want to prove a point and I want to be better than you, and because I want to put you less. So this is when it becomes toxic and unhealthy. So I love when I see women genuinely happy for another, genuinely, not faking it, because we feel it. Genuinely, like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I mean, look at you. Like really talking about not like what she achieved, her physical, her look, everything. Genuinely happy for her, not because she doesn't take it as a competition or it's like, I'm happy for you. I wish I can do this. Can you teach me? Can you do that? Da-da-da. So this is what we need to motivate or be aware of as well when we're around different women.
I feel like that's come also in from your training, because you're pushing a lot of women to do better.
That's a thing that I never thought of.
Yeah.
And I guess we also learn about ourselves through the journey. So where I see these things, because I question myself sometimes. Am I jealous? Am I like happy for her genuinely? Would I do something? It's like as simple as when you find a beautiful shop that has like the same items you usually buy, but for a better price. I realized that some women would not tell anyone else because they want it for themselves. And
The hoarding of information.
exactly. So
Did you face that? Did you face more women being a little bit jealous of you as you transitioned?
I think that happens all the time with every woman. There's like no, it's seeing it or not seeing it. It's it's sad. It's sad when you are sitting in a place where some other women want to dim your light,
Yeah.
or you feel, oh, that's even worse, when you feel that you need to dim your light so you don't intimidate anyone else. So I had this phase where I was feeling I needed to dim my light, rather in front of her partner because she's jealous. He said you're a good cook. So she's like, when you feel like you need to dim your light for others not to be intimidated, that's dangerous, because when you know your ethics and your values, you're not supposed to dim your light for any other person. And it is their problem that they're intimidated by you or jealous. So, but then now I'm like, I don't even see that. Honestly, I reached to the point where I don't see it. I'm not open to it. It's your deal with it.
You just
I'm in this phase,
in your
like,
trajectory. Yeah, just going for
go
it.
on.
So I want to talk about the reinvention. So let's talk about the reinvention when you flipped into Chef Hala, because Chef Hala is now a brand
Yes, correct.
that you have monetized, and I love it. It suits you so much.
Thank
honestly.
you. Thank you, Habibti. Thank you.
So walk me through the moment when you was flipped into Chef Hala, and was it when you were on Top Chef? Was that the moment where things changed?
That was a moment that was like a print, خلاص, like it was done. There's no comeback.
Okay.
So it was like a year before when I finished my certificate as a chef. And then I remember when MBC emailed me for Top Chef. It was like a first season. And I thought they wanted me as a host. And I'm like, oh, amazing. Like, yes, my experience is in presenting. And since now I'm a chef, so it makes sense. Then they told me they wanted me to participate. And I'm like, but I'm a trainer. So
I lift like
literally
50 kilos
I
down.
had an identity crisis back then, because I was not sure, because I remember I finished my workout and then I had shooting and I went for the meeting for Top Chef. And I was in a room with different chefs. I was the only one with I still remember high heels, like jeans, like my character, whatever, but not the chef, typical, let's say stereotype chef.
What's a stereotype chef? Oh, you mean like just the
Like
baggy?
chef, that if you're working in a restaurant, you would come with more
Comfy.
like tight hair, no
Okay.
makeup, for sure not in your heels because you're standing all day. So there's like,
You had feminine energy.
yes, you can still be a chef in the kitchen and have feminine energy. Don't get me wrong, but it's more on. Maybe I came across as a diva back then. Like I was
Okay.
on a show, so of course I had makeup, I had
love
my
it.
heels, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. And when we had the conversation, so the chef was like, I am chef of the chefs that I was going to compete with. I am in France, Michelin star. I am in 20 years in this place. And then I'm like, oh, I still remember my heart was beating. And what do? I'm like, I'm a personal trainer. I couldn't say a chef.
But I can lift heavier than you.
Literally. And I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm competitive. I'm like, but I'm not gonna enter this just to be. So let me just play it easy and say I'm a personal trainer. And they're like, so do you know how to fry an egg? I'm like, yeah, sometimes.
Oh, I love it. So that's strategic.
So that was my strategy back then. I'm like, okay, let's see. Because I was actually, so that was the moment when I'm like, okay, Hala, you can have this phase of being a personal trainer into fitness, let's say, and into coaching and stuff as a phase to take you to the next level. You can't be a successful. Actually, you can be a successful chef and a successful personal trainer, but you have to pick. You can't. They are two completely different jobs. So you can have one as a passion, and the other as where you invest your time in. And that's where now it comes easy that I'm more into healthier recipes. I'm more into healthier lifestyles. So since the beginning, I could not be with a background of a personal trainer and then just do something with extra fat. I'm not criticizing any cuisine, but like, with unnecessary fat or greasy stuff or extremely deep fried.
It's not your
So
brand.
I still do everything of all of that, but in moderation and in awareness, let's say.
Okay, so yeah.
So if that answered, is like, it was a moment, that moment was okay. So if you're starting this, you're competing in Top Chef season 1,
Yep.
you're gonna be Chef Hala, and you're gonna keep the training as your foundation for a fit chef, a successful woman, someone into fitness and health.
So your identity came part of your Chef Hala movement.
Yeah, absolutely. And until today, it's still there. I don't carry 20 kettlebell in each hand anymore, thanks
My
to
God, I'd love it to
thanks
see
to
you.
the
You
lower
should do it.
back like
age.
traumas that I'm having. But once you understand that fitness is very important to you, now more than before, to be honest. Like, I always said, like, oh my God, I did this. I was so competitive, like with weights and numbers, that I don't carry at the same time. Like, I don't do the same at the moment. For the reasons is that taking care of your muscles, for sure. The older you are, or the more you would need stronger muscles to help with your spine and with your movement and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I had an injury 2 years ago, lower back injury in the gym.
Oh no.
So it got me changed a bit
Yeah.
on how do I, like, so you don't take your body for granted. This is one thing. The second thing is, as much as you would say, I know, and I have a good form and I know what I'm doing, sometimes you do mistakes. Sometimes you just like go lazy. A small unnecessary bend in the back can cause you this injury. So I still believe having someone, a specialist with you, no matter how much you do. So that's why there's like people with this coaching experience, especially for people who are starting
To figure
at
it
a
out.
certain age. Always ask for help. Like, it changes the entire thing.
Yeah, I agree. When you get older, I think movement is a lot more important. The back thing, oh my God. That's the moment I felt old. When I was like,
Lower
oh
back.
my God, my lower back.
What is this lower back trend? Like,
I don't know.
Now
I
we
don't
go
know.
to a party. The first thing we say the next day, is your back
even-
hurting?
And my heels got smaller.
Oh, that's a while ago. That's so like that. How did we used to wear this like long heel and stand
I
for
don't know,
hours and dance?
and dance with these little short dresses.
Speaking of dresses, exactly. So it's like, but that's like also understanding your body. It's like, it doesn't serve me anymore.
Yeah.
I still love heels a lot. But like, if I know that I'm going from the car to the restaurant,
Yeah.
from the
Are we
restaurant
sitting
to
for
the,
dinner?
Yeah.
How long is
it's
dinner
just like
seated?
those 2 minutes walk from the entrance
That's
to the.
crazy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, we're growing up. We're reinventing ourselves. It's beautiful to see you flourish through that.
Thank you, Habibti.
Can you talk to me about the moment? So a lot of this podcast around the brand of you is around the visibility, but also the monetization. So a lot of people struggle with, how do you monetize your brand? At what point do you start asking for money? How did you do it?
So what happened with Top Chef, or like that phase, let's say, is I was already on social media. So I was already starting with content. I was understanding what I'm able to do. So using the presence on TV that I already had, and then gradually I was feeling like, okay, I'm comfortable in front of the camera. So it's marketing yourself. As you said, creating a brand. And in most cases, successful brands is your name.
And you're selling yourself.
And then you participating in this show added to the name. And then gradual different appearances on different shows and different things kept adding to this brand. Then I realized I have to keep on giving back. So then I was on the morning show, and then the morning show is like an opportunity every single day to be seen by millions watching this morning show, cooking for them. So I was doing the cooking there, and then still working on the social media. So the social media was always my base.
Does it scare you to be seen that much?
I'm happy to say it's my bread and butter today.
Okay.
So social media has so much power. It's like the shifting between TV and social media, something that happened like our generation, let's say the 80s, people who are born in the 80s, were very much attached to the TV yet. And then, but we yet witnessed the detachment from TV and attachment to our phones, or let's say social media content, or YouTube, or other platforms. So we experienced both shifts. We had that we watched the cartoons on TV that comes once a day from 1 hour to another. But then suddenly we have access to everything. So social media is is a beautiful tool. And when I kept feeding it from the beginning and then through my different phases, let's say, until today, it's like everything. I remember the first time I got paid for something for social media.
What was it? Well,
I
tell us about it.
I got an opportunity, so I started with an agency. They were looking for like a young chef to do something, and I wouldn't call brands at the moment, but like back then, and they said they're paying this much for you to come and post a picture.
Okay.
And I remember that moment, I told the agent, I'm like, so just by posting a picture, I'm gonna get this money. Is this fair? So with my mindset, is this fair? And I learned the best message or the best lesson that I loved until now. It was actually by Hadi Hajar. He's Hugh Management, the story of Hugh Management. I remember he told me, Hala, you invested so much in yourself to reach to the point that your influence is when you post a picture, you will be influencing others, and that equals to money. And that's when I understood the value of investing in yourself constantly, because it's not like, okay, you do it once and then you're successful for life.
True.
You have to constantly and continuously investing in yourself, creating, doing. You're putting money on this. It's your time, it's your energy, it's the studies that you did, it's like the travels, the trips, to be where I am today, to be able to actually. And that's when I understood the idea of content creation and getting paid as we call it, an influencer, as a chef, and from that perspective.
From that moment.
Yeah.
And then you really saw your value and you kept going. It's true. We invest so much time and money. I always say that I would not be on social media if I didn't have an intent. Like, why would I waste my time putting myself out there if I'm not looking for an ROI on what I'm doing? Otherwise, it just becomes just like...
But in a realistic way as well, Ruben. Like the thing is with social media and what's happening now, no matter what is the content you're creating, it could be comedy. I can never underestimate any content because it all takes effort, a lot of effort. And I see some people are doing content that people would criticize them for, like, this is so stupid, this is so silly. Yeah, but it's funny. It's light. Sometimes I want to watch this light, and they are still investing a lot of time.
I know.
I'm sure everyone who is like listening to this now would think how many trial and error with tripods we got, how many trial and errors with lights that worked and didn't work, and how do we charge this, or with cameras, even more. Some people invested in they wanted to do something. As long as you're true to yourself on the content you're creating, that is very similar to your character, and that's the secret of success. Be inspired by others on social media, but if you're not a comedian, don't try to be funny, and it's not going to work with you. Don't try to be someone else. Perhaps, like, you know what is your core strength, just use it, and be honest about it, and be inspired by the setup, the lighting, the locations perhaps, but the more you're true to yourself, that's the best thing. That's the best lesson I learned. Social media requires, the more you are until this day, I sometimes use my TV voice or my Hala voice. So the TV voice
Tell me the difference. So what's your TV voice?
So today we're going to tell you about this thing. There's something that changes. Like, you get, so TV requires more energy.
Performing a little bit more?
And there is performing. There is a pitch that changes in the voice.
Okay.
And it is not the voice you use when you're calling someone you love. It's not the voice I'm using now. I'm using a voice that I'm having a call with you.
Yeah. This is your default factory setting voice.
Okay. Like, and sometimes when I want to be more present or in front of a camera, so it needs this. You change.
Yeah.
The minute you notice that, don't change. Try to be you. People want you. They don't want. There will be some times where you need to be the TV presenter. You will need to use that voice or that pitch or that volume, because let's say you're an MC standing on a stage, thousands are watching. I can't be using this voice. They're gonna sleep.
You need to capture them.
It needs to have so there is like different levels, and we actually learned that as well on TV. Is that if you're telling sad news, I can't be like, today something. You need to change your energy, your voice. So this is something that I've learned from TV as well, through the 10 years past, more than 10 years experience. is there is an energy change, voice, also the way you smile. If people are listening to you, and when you're smiling for something that you mean from your heart, they will receive the smile from you, from the tone of your voice, and vice versa for serious conversations, for something funny. Your voice will
They
be
can sense
giggly,
it.
and yeah.
That's so beautiful. One of the questions that I had was talking about what makes you different and successful online. And in anything that we do in personal branding actually is pushing the pedal on your strengths. So a lot of people will try and like you said, level up on things, make something a little bit better, but it's really finding what you're really good at. And I think people struggle with what that is. And so when I ask, like I go, Hala, what is your superpower? What would you say your superpower is?
My superpower. I never thought of this question. I think it's easier for others to answer this.
What are you really good at that you just do naturally?
Love.
Love.
I give, like I'm a giver. So that's if that's the answer.
That goes into your, it makes sense because that goes into your cooking. It goes into how you give back to your audience. So that's one of your superpowers that
It
you
comes
lean into.
natural. I enjoy. It makes me happy. Yeah, I guess that's my superpower.
That's your superpower, yeah. So a lot of the time when we talk about your branding, look at your superpower and then how do you translate that? I love how you spoke about really look at what you're good at and lean into that online. So when you're talking about posting online, right, you're saying that a lot of people pay attention to the wrong things. They look at how good the quality of the production is or the light setup, but they're really not paying attention to just put yourself out there and enjoy the process along the way.
And because this is what people want to see as well.
So what's your advice for someone that's never done it before and is like, I'm too scared? So I have a lot of people that are super experienced, really talented. These are the individuals.
In something.
Yeah.
In something
and they're probably doing really well in the real world. So we talk about a lot of the millennial generation, right? But they don't want to be online because they're like, oh, it's performing too much, right? And I tell them that the younger generation has actually stole your intelligence, but they're performing it better, you know?
Because we have the fear of being judged. That's the first thing. So we are the generation of, until today, no matter how much we worked on ourselves, we have this fear of being judged. Like what people are going to say, being too silly. Am I like, are they, rather being judged on your content, the topic you're creating content about, or criticizing your look or criticizing your outfit, or sometimes in worst cases, this person looks old, this person looks fat. Unfortunately, social media is harsh. You need to be so solid and very confident and sure of what you're doing. But if I'm giving an advice to someone who wants to, because the power of we can never underestimate the power of social media, no matter what. I am a believer for concepts, for new restaurants, for anything you do. Without social media, no one is going to know about it. Everyone is on social media. So if you have something that you want to promote, and first of all, finding your niche. So being sure that what topic are you really creating? So let's say someone come up with, as you said, someone that is very strong in what they do. Let's say they have a branding company, okay? They're very good at it. They need to find what's their niche, what's their strength, what's their superpower.
What's their superpower?
And then use this as a guidance of how how the content is going to be created. After that, it's all about consistency and not expecting success from the first video. Some people are very very lucky to have to see the success happening within a month or
very
two,
quick.
or it's consistency. It's never giving up. It's never saying, oh my God, I've been doing content for a year and I'm having 50 likes. It doesn't matter. Those 50 likes might be actually enough sometimes. And some other 50,000 likes might be just from unnecessary people. So believing in what you do is very important. Believing in the niche of work that you do, and not thinking of the end result as much as thinking of what is the reason of this content. Am I actually creating something for myself? If someone asks me about my branding company, I can tell them, go visit my page. It tells a lot. But just be yourself. Ask questions from people who are more expert in this, and definitely honesty discipline, you can't say I'm bored. It's like you can never say I'm bored on social media.
Okay, so
I'm gonna take a break. Okay, then create content, take a month break. It's not easy. It's very hard. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I don't want to cook. I don't want to do this. Then okay,
you're tired.
allow yourself. It's not. It's like going to work. You know, it's a career. It's not an easy thing to be consistent with, but that's the only way.
Because a lot of people see the success, right? They see the end result. They don't see what's happening in between.
Oh yeah.
So how do you stay disciplined? Like, do you set yourself a calendar? What do you do to say this is what I'm doing? Because I also heard that you do multiple recipes a week and you reinvent so many recipes all the time. How do you stay stimulated? Like that's wild.
Let's put it like in under the umbrella of you have to also allow yourself to be you. Because if I want to be myself and be in a good and with good energy and a good mindset, I need to be in like having a good day. So what I do is I have a routine every Tuesday and every Thursday. I film 1 or 2 recipes. Okay. I ask for help sometimes. So when I feel overwhelmed, I ask for helping in editing or like depends on the projects I'm having. So it was harder when I was doing the morning show because I had to finish the morning show and then still do the content. So it was really overwhelming. But at the same time, I was like hair and makeup ready and everything. Where I shifted now is I'm keeping it more genuine. So I can be in my back from the gym outfit and still film something for people. Because people do not want to only see Hala polished. They want to see the real Hala or like the everyday Hala. Hala is real in all cases, but like the more closer to them, to their lifestyle.
That transition is I found difficult moving away personally and moving away from the polished. Like how do we get into that real raw?
It's not an easy thing to be real and realistic. That's why we until now we struggle to do everything 100% with no filter. And I'm not talking about the crazy filters changing your face. I'm against that.
Face app.
Yeah, like face app or stuff. Okay, like if your skin looks very shiny and stuff, use it to like smooth the skin. We like that. Come on, it looks nice. Like every movie we watch on TV is smoothed with a filter. So don't change the features. I mean, now I sometimes go out and I go like, I wouldn't recognize the lady because I would think, oh my God, you look so different from social media. But this is why many people are still attached to this image. But I take it as a help. So when you're having a bad day, I don't want to wear makeup. I can put like a bit of a smooth filter so I don't look like I'm really like pale and not in my best.
You want to feel good.
It's fine to care about how we look like. So I wouldn't call it the extra polish. It's nice to feel, you feel good when you look nice.
True.
It's like when you want to have a good day, you can't go with your sweatpants and, oily hair with a bun and expect to have a great day. It's not going to happen. One of the best things to do on a hard bad day is to actually dress up for it. Like take a shower, feel good, put some makeup, dress nicely, go to the mall maybe, have a walk, have coffee without expectations, but do not expect to have a good day, not taking care of yourself at all.
I agree. Turn up. It's true. I think sometimes when you go outside, when you dress up with your oily hair, you run into everyone.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
And then suddenly, what's wrong with her? Oh, she looks depressed and you just got your period or something. Or
leave me alone.
Yeah.
How, reinventing yourself and going through all of that must have been such a journey for you. And I want to talk to you from one little girl to another about how we both lost our dads. I tried to tell myself to do this without tearing up, but there's some times where I talk about dad and I'm okay, and sometimes where it hits home. So living in Dubai, your parents lived here or they live?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they live here.
So my dad passed away in COVID. My mom and my siblings live here, and this is like a grounding place for me. Yeah.
I think it was, sorry, I know it's a sensitive, I know a lot of us girls go through it. I lost my dad, I think the year before you. And I remember when you posted and I was like, oh God, that like there is something that you can't explain until you've gone through it. And then when you see someone else go through it, there's a connecting bond where you're like, oh my God, I know.
I feel her. Yeah.
I remember when you posted that, I was like, and it changed me. it changed me. And I wanted to talk to you about, how did it change you for the better? What is something that you took from that, and it really propelled Hala as a person?
You know, the thing that scares a little kid, since they are really, really little kids, is the fear of losing a parent. I think that's our first fear ever for humanity. So if I would go back to the child, Hala, I would be because that's all you know, that's love, that's security, that's safety. In many cases, if we're lucky to have a relationship with our parents, you keep on being scared, scared until it actually happens. And when it happens, you understand the value of everything in life. That how would you be worried or sad for other irrelevant things? So it's as if you feel that you stepped up to a different level in life without you being ready for it or without choosing. Yet you would understand later that it's a positive stepping up. It's taking the responsibility, is going. It's also you appreciate your father after you lose him more. It's like you understand every single thing you learned from the parent that you lost, or like what did it add to you. And I think I speak about this topic with so much strength because I got so much strength facing this situation. Because again, imagine like this is something you fear from the moment you are aware until it actually happens. And when it actually happens, you see that life goes on.
Yeah.
We are blessed with this gift from God that we are able to forget. So we grieve, we get sad. We will never forget. That actually, one thing, it never gets easier, but we just adapt to it in a way that we believe, okay, so that's life. That's a fact. No one is gonna make it alive. Eventually, good if they lived a good life, if things happened. What did you earn out of that? It gives you strength. It gives you an understanding of life. What's the value of what are you doing in this life? And since then, I always think, oh my God, that's gonna definitely make him proud. That's definitely, and he played a big role in my success, I must admit. My dad is not that typical Arab man at all. Yet he has lots of those like values and manners, and and I'm proud of like our, authentic Arabic values. And he gave me so much strength. He taught me so much. So when I started my career on TV, I still remember I was not very sure of this. Like, am I gonna be criticized? Like, shoo binti TV presenter, like back then. And he said beautiful things in his own way. I remember he watched the first episode. I was doing a talk show, and he said, if someone tells you why you're so pretty, say I look like my dad. Or so, like, it was a cute way of saying, yeah. So in everything I do now, I remember how he said, I'm proud of you. Until the last day, he was like, I'm proud of you. And strength is not actually holding your tears. And strength is actually carrying what you learned from them and leaving something for later to say, Hala bint Manaf did 1, 2, 3, 4. We move on because we're just human, we can't keep on talking about it all the time, and depends why we're talking about it. So they say the best way of grieving, especially at the beginning, is talking about them. Like, he used to do this. I still feel so good talking about him. Of course.
Yeah, you have beautiful memories. I remember with my father, the way that it changed me is I started to make decisions quicker. So anything that I used to just sit on, I just went for it. Like, everything in my life just moved faster because it was really, life is short. And you're so right. You smile in moments. There are even moments where I'm like, oh my God, Dad would be so disappointed.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh my God, I hope he's not watching.
He would actually please don't look now. I'll make it up for sure. That's true. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way of putting it, is that, so taking decisions faster. Why? Because you know that nothing else matters.
Matters, yeah.
Why do we take things too seriously, too deep? Sometimes we analyze things. We think about, like breakups, let's say. it's
Yeah.
okay. If it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. You do your best at the moment. That's not your actual value. You lose a job, so what? There's other. I'm not saying it's
Very
easy. If you have responsibilities, there's like reality to this for sure. But when you understand the actual value of living, of being on this earth, so if you have a chance to be here for 20, 60, 80, some people 100 years,
Yeah.
what are you doing in these 100 years? And especially to your kids, to your family, to your close ones, how are you influencing them? What are you adding to this world? Without being a philosopher at all, but it makes you understand the value of being.
It's true. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was doing things faster, and I also appreciated things a lot more.
Did you cut your hair for?
Oh my God. When did I cut
The
my
first thing
hair?
I said, I
No,
like you
I
had
cut it-
long hair.
I know, super long hair. If people ask me what happened, or did you have a traumatic moment? I said, no, I said I wanted to, my whole philosophy was I wanted long hair for my wedding. And then I ended up getting married
Cute.
when I was 35. So I waited a long time.
That's so cute. That's a cute way, like a princess, you know?
It was. I wanted
Girly
to, it was a
girl.
girly girl. I was just being a doll. And then I remember on the wedding, I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. I should have just got married with short hair. So I ended up just cutting it after. That was literally the only reason. I didn't go through.
But it suits you a lot.
Oh,
it
thank
actually
you.
suits you. When there's a pretty face, like anything you do, it suits you. It's cute.
It's the sunscreen and I'm wearing makeup right now. So that's why. But yeah, that's the only reason. Hala, thank you so much for opening up. I love seeing you flourish, honestly. It's rare to see someone go through the phase of reinvention.
Thank you,
And seeing you and hearing from you. And I haven't actually seen you in years.
Habibti, I know.
So
We've been
sweet.
trying to connect, and that's Dubai.
That's Dubai, but I love seeing you online. So I asked this question to all of my guests. If I was to remove all the labels from Hala, and people just want to know who Hala is and how they want people to remember Hala by, if you can look into the camera and just tell everyone who is really Hala.
Yeah, that's cute. I didn't see this question coming. Okay. So in everything I do in my life, I try to remind myself that I am here for a reason. So we spoke about the living and the being. Hala is a human being that in constant progress and in constant work on herself to be a better person, to be there for people that needs Hala, to leave a print and to make the change and to be the difference as long as I'm living. And I would say congrats, Ruben, for this beautiful podcast. And it's lovely. And hopefully too many more successful events to take part of. Thank you for having me.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. And where can everyone find you? I mean, everyone can see you on Chef Hala everywhere. Just Google Chef Hala. What's your favorite social channel that they can connect with you on?
Social platform, you mean?
Yep.
So, Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Chef Hala
Ayash.
on Instagram. Chef Hala Ayash. Perfect. Thank you for tuning in. This was such a beautiful podcast. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Be sure to subscribe to my channels and follow me on my socials at Girl Named Robin. See you next time.